Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to do a trick where it's going to be seemingly impossible for the spectator to figure out, but it's got a really cool meaning behind it and a good solution. So this is how it works. So you can hand the deck to the spectator to give it a nice sort of shuffle, and then they're going to select a card. Let's just say they pick this one over here, and then they're going to look at the card just for the purpose of that, and then you're going to ask them to say stop, and they'll say stop there roughly, doesn't really matter where. And then you're going to give it a nice good shuffle. You can even add in a riffle shuffle on top of that. That's nice and mixed up. And you can say that the bottom card is not their card, and the top card as well is also not their card. So you're going to ask them to split the deck roughly into two piles. Obviously, they can do this to add to the belief of it. Let's just say you're gonna tell them to pick one or two. Let's just say they pick one, and then you're going to ask them to split it again into roughly two equal piles. You ask them again to say one or two. They're going to pick one again, and then you're going to ask them to split in a few more piles. You're going to say like pair one or pair two, and then you're going to say pair two, and then sort of slowly narrowing it down. Then you're going to ask them again to say one or two, and then they're going to say two, just like so. And then you're going to spread out the cards like this. Then you're going to ask them to pick a sort of section, either left, middle, or right hand section. They're going to say right hand. You can take that away, and then they're going to say something like middle. Take that away, just like so. You can ask them one or two, and they'll say two, and there you can reveal that is their card. Now the solution to this trick is quite straightforward, but it's your choice as to how far you want to go with this, because at the end of the day you're going to ask them to pick a card just like so, Jack of Diamonds, and you're going to ask them to put it back in the deck somewhere. And let's say just they put it there. You're going to put the top packet on top, and maintaining pinky break there, so from the front it looks pretty average normal. You're going to hold the deck like so, bring that bottom half to the top, so now the Jack of Diamonds is on top, and you're going to overhand shuffle, pulling the first card down, aka their card, all the way down to the bottom, just like so. There it is at the bottom. Doing the same all the way back up to the top. Make sure to pull the very last card, which is their card, and you can also add like I did, a riffle shuffle. Make sure to leave their card on the top, just like so. Nice and straightforward. And of course you can sell this more by saying the bottom card isn't their card and the top card by double lifting. You may need to practice that, I think I do. Double lifting is that not their card either. So that sort of sells it a bit more. Then you're going to ask them to split it into two piles, remembering where the top of the card is, aka their card. So then you're going to split it into two piles. Whichever pile they say, it's really going to be your choice. They're not really in control, but it's going to have the element or illusion of choice. So let's just say they pick the second pile, therefore you're going to take away this pile. Same again, if they were to pick the this pile, where their card is here, of course, then that's even better. It looks a bit more realistic. And of course you can sort of spread it out into roughly sort of piles, roughly sort of similar piles, remembering where their card is. And you say pick a pile 1, 2, or 3. If they say 3, move these away. If they say 2, move this one away. Or it's all really down to you. Either way, the point is you're going to end up with the cards spread out roughly like this. Ask them to pick a card, and eventually you're going to narrow it down to their card here. So now, obviously, you don't want to overdo this too much, because they might start to pick up on what you're doing. But it's the idea that it looks like they have a choice, but in reality, it's really the magician's choice. Doing the actual trick. But it's definitely good fun. Do give it a go and let me know how it goes. And be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.